Well, every year in the U.S., as many as 60,000 babies are conceived through some form of artificial insemination using donor sperm, helping couples struggling with infertility, LGBTQ partners, single women, all desperate to have a baby. But it's largely unregulated in the industry, and instead of consistently delivering heartwarming joy, it's bringing an awful lot of heartbreak. Some call it donor deception, and it's hard to comprehend. A new HBO documentary, Baby God, reveals the exploits of a Nevada doctor in the 70s accused of fathering multiple children, inseminating his patients with his sperm. It's happening by the hundreds in the Netherlands. Multiple doctors have been accused of this atrocity. One, Dr. Jan Karbot, is feared to have fathered 200 children using his sperm to spawn. And recently here at home, a Christmas-gifted home DNA test helped reveal a Texas woman's biological father was her mom's fertility doctor. Violated and angry, her mother is suing, claiming medical rape. These are not the only twisted controversies tarnishing this $4.3 billion global industry. Other super-seeder sperm donors are omitting important genetic and psychological information with devastating consequences to families. Donor 9623 was perfect on paper, with Tom Cruise good looks, a genius-level IQ, the ability to speak 4 languages, and a sparkling clean health history. But in reality, he had a criminal record, spent time in jail, and in a mental institution, diagnosed bipolar with schizoaffective disorder. His biological children face uncertainty, and more than one has already expressed serious psychological issues. Lawsuits are flying. Families blame an unregulated system and are demanding change. But what will it take to right the wrongs of donor deception? Sperm donors lying about their identity is not an isolated incident. And in a handful of documented cases, multiple donor-conceived children display psychological, behavioral, and extreme medical conditions believed to be inherited by these donors, and a system distorting the truth. We're living in uncertain times. It's tough to keep up with the latest medical headlines.
About the market, panic about COVID.
And how do those headlines impact you and your family?
100,000 people died.
On season 13 of The Doctors, we want to empower you physically.
If I met them at dance, they would meet me at medicine.
Man, I love that. Emotionally.
If I can change my thoughts, I can change my feelings.
And medically.
He doesn't have his mask up, which is not a good thing.
This is the $1 million question, maybe the $1 trillion question. This is so critical for people to hear. We're giving you the inside track on health and wellness so that you can get back to the life you deserve. It's time to take back your power. The Doctors, now more than ever. Premieres September 21st.